stream got cut. When I turned to chapter 9 of The War of the Worlds, I was reading it right here. You can see right here. They left me in a now they're messing. They're really messing. It was chapter 9. They cut my sound out. Wow. This is serious. Whatever's happened in chapter 9, you know why? Do you know when I started reading this? Chapter 9, it's called The Fighting Begins. What if this is a direct correlation to what's just getting ready to happen in the world right now? The fighting begins. Let me see it. What if it is? Let me flip it around. That's the name of this chapter. The fighting begins. This is when the Martians start. Bingo! Bingo. Let me put myself right here. Don't fall down. I will still have to continue that chapter the next time. Yeah, let me do this. Put myself right there. I'm going to read it. I am going to read it. You're back. Where did you all hear about? Did I get to after breakfast instead of working? I decided to walk toward the common. I'm going to start. I'm going to read the very beginning of chapter 9 on here, because it said the fighting begins. This is wild. Let me stick you right here. Can you see me? Let's fix you right there, you all. The shirt and the trousers. Thank you, Al, honey. Let's see it. Let's hear those Martians. We're going to hear about those Martians. They look kind of weird like that. Gina, you look like a Martian. Okay. We're going to read them because the fighting has begun on chapter 9. I talked with the soldiers for a time. I told them of my sight of the Martians on the previous evening. None of them had seen the Martians, and they had but the vaguest ideas of them, so that they palled me with questions. They said that they did not know who had authorized the movements of the troops. Their idea was that a dispute had arisen at the horse guards. The ordinary sapper is a great deal better educated than the common soldier, and they discussed the peculiar conditions of the possible fight with some acuteness. I described the heat ray to them, and they began to argue amongst themselves. Yeah, that's what it was. They argued against themselves, with themselves. Crawl up under cover and rush them, said I. Said one. Get at it, said another. What's cover against this or that? Eat. Stick to cook your. What we got to do is to go near as the ground and I'll lettuce, and then we'll drive a trench. Blow your trenches. The heat ray, Al. That's right. I described the heat ray to them. It came from the Martians. They burn everything to a cinder. Just talking about the heat ray. And they were talking about the mirrors that they use also in the chapter before that. It got a little bit too sticky for them. They're still blocking the live stream. That's what it was. He's describing them as an octopus. They ain't got any necks. A little contemplative dark man smoking a pipe. He said, they're octopuses, said he. That's what I call them. Talk about fishers of men, fighters of fish. It is this time octopuses like with shells and oh my goodness gracious. No, this is the war of the worlds. The fighting begins. Look at that number. T1118.50. Yeah. If you're just tuning in, I didn't know y'all couldn't hear me. My cell phone was way downstairs in the kitchen. Otherwise, I would have got those messages. And I got too engrossed in the book. Yeah. You're locked out of your Facebook platform. You're locked out of Facebook, Al, honey. Yeah. Yeah, I thought, I'm going to do this. They are living on Mars now, and Elon knows it. Al, honey, you trying to get us in trouble? Also, you talking about the Mars? Oopsie. I think the video games the kids play, the young adults play, they're not just games. I really don't think they're games. Something's happening on January 25th. Oh, Rita, honey, you can't get me on Facebook? Rita Le Fleur. Did you get blocked? Can you find me on Facebook? When I end this, I'll go over on Facebook and I'll see if you're, well, I don't know how I find you in the block section. I have thousands of people in there. Can you even find me? Yeah. It's 9 o'clock at night. My show keeps switching on and off. They don't want us to talk about the war of the worlds. They got the heat ray, and look, they got their red rays coming. These are red, but the ones they use, they have a red sunset or a red hue in the sky, and they incinerate things with their heat ray guns. Oh, okay. Nowhere to be found on the Facebook. That's about right. I see. It's okay. Well, it's not okay. I am probably going to hop off of here. I don't like it. That's reading that book. Well, I read 4 chapters, I guess. No, only 3. I'll have to continue it back on the 9th chapter when we start back up. They told me you can go back on in January of 2025. Wow. I see. Rita La Fleur. Rita La Fleur. Is that what your icon looks like on the Facebook? Like that? Let me do a screenshot. That way I know who you are. I can go look at it. I am going to go. I'm getting tired now. Thank you, Apple Brooks, Al Honey, and any other moderator. If you're watching this and if you were on that live stream, thank you. It has ended. Chapter 9 is The Fighting Begins. Let's hope we don't have The Fighting Begins. And they, you probably wouldn't get no warning. Good night. Yeah. I'll look for you on there, Rita LaFleur, see if I can find you on the Facebooks if you're in my block, if it's not going to be hard to look for the block. Yeah. We're going to do it. They have high-powered lasers. Your daughter just saw a black spot fly over your head. Was that in your house? That's dark energy. That's a dark spirit. If it's a black spot, it's a dark spirit. You need to get it out of the house in the name of Jesus. You need to intentionally tell this thing to leave. Sprinkle some salt or something. Pray over your house. Tell it to get out. Yeah. Burn the sage. Take a glass of water and set it out, and the spirits get trapped in it. I heard that too. Don't ask me what that is. Maybe it's a portal. Oh, wow, Rita. Well, it may fly, but it can't touch you. But still, you don't want a dark one flying around. Yeah, you don't. You can sprinkle salt too and tell it to leave. You put your hands on your walls or your table and just imagine the energy coming from your hands just permeating all throughout the whole entire house and telling any bad spirit to leave, that they're not welcome there. They need to leave right now. They're not welcome, and mean it. Yeah. You're welcome. We'll be on here again if the war does not begin like it did in chapter 9. The number 9 is the ending, is an ending number, the ending of a cycle. Yeah. I'm going to go. With that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. You're just tuning in. We were doing a podcast, The War of the Worlds, Part 2. And the live chat got stopped. And that was the end of it. Talking about the Martians. Yeah. You read it when you was a teen? I never did. You could really visualize the scene. Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Love you. Al, honey, you did. You wanted to share what was up. You did it, Al, and we just so had to be talking about was it the death ray? I don't know what it was. Who knows what it is? It causes death. Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, everyone. Good night.